Should I talk into the mic? Yes. Easy. Right, so in this video, I'm going to do a breakdown of another forthcoming track, but then again, it might already be out by then, called Rush Burger. Fuck knows, don't ask me. I have no idea. It's just the first thing to pop into my head, and I don't even know what they did. Anyway, what I'm going to do in this video, because I think the more you start getting into production, the more you start realising mixdowns, as interesting as we all want to know about like the old mixdown process and stuff, it is pretty much mostly the same sort of shit. And to kind of keep the videos, I'd like to refer to them as interesting and not ongoing and boring and like, oh, monotonous and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I thought in this video I'll show you more of the creative stage of it, because this is one crazy ass motherfucking tune, man. Like, I am nothing more than a channel for my art, man. I just let it do whatever it wants to do. But with this, yeah, I think there's some like, I'd like to say interesting, like you know, obviously that's just down to perspective and obviously that's subjective, but anyway, I feel there's a few things I did want to get that I thought would be worth showing, rather than just going through another mixdown video, you know. I'll give you a little sample of the track. You've been warned. A normal beat. Dun, 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 dun.
Push.
I told ya. Fuck knows. I have no idea how you would kind of categorise this. And to be honest, I'm fucking just bored of even trying to. You know, it is what it is. Move on. Right, so I'll go on a little bit down here, because this bit gets another little bit crazy. And again, I will go into the details of how I've kind of like gone about doing this.
On the subject of narcotics in general.
Right, so I think that's enough of a flavour. As I said, oh, bit of the delay that is. The stellar echo down there. We'll go into that. But yeah, the tune's called Rush Burger, so if you did want to check it out, you know, I'm sure there'll be somewhere you can do that. Now, right, so the kick up here will go down, and what we'll do, let's just turn everything off for now. Down here, bring it in. The kick, like, so nothing too special, but one thing I did do with the kick here is, as well as change the voices to 1, give the decay a little bit of a pull down. Over here then, I've actually modulated the pitch. Now, if you just saw in my previous video for Jackie Brown, I use this sort of technique on the ride. And I've done it again on the pitch. So what I'm going to turn it off and on so you can obviously hear it. And I just felt it'd give it more energy. The next one down is just the kick intro. That's just going to be the kick with a cut off there. The clap, nothing too special with the clap or anything different, apart from putting on an overdrive to give it a bit more bite. I could have probably just even turned up the volume. Well, I don't know actually. Let's loop this section or else it's going to keep. There is groove there I could hear. Let me just put those together. Command J. I think that's consolidate. Note all 1. Come in here. Yes, there's gone with the swing, the logic swing in this case. Just there, and that's how that. Yep. Let's go further down. Where are we at? Let's zoom back out. Screen's getting a little bit overwhelming. I didn't do all my colours and that in this one. Probably lost interest. Yeah, just another layer of a clap there. All I've done as well, what have I done? I've just sent everything to this Valhalla room for now. So again, the next stage would have been like the mixing stage where I'd have probably gone in a little bit more specific. But I like to just put a little bit of reverb on the drums, especially when I'm making the track, just to give it that little bit of life. Because sometimes if it does lack that life, you kind of feel it. You feel like your track's lacking something, and you try and fill it with more sounds and so on. Well, I've found that anyway. In the drum rack, I'm using the drum rack here for the hi-hats. And you can see there's the MIDI layout for it. Let's just pull that down because that again could get a little bit overwhelming. You can see if we solo it, let's have a look. Let's turn one off. There's obviously your open. Put the kick in so you can get a feel for it. There'll be the same groove. I'd have put the same groove on that. Yeah. No, I didn't. Obviously, I've gone with that one there. Most cases, to be honest, all my drums are going to be on the same groove, but I must probably put it on that groove. And that is actually tighter. But fuck it, at the time I must not have, who knows. I'm quite happy with the finished product, so I must have probably changed it at some point, I would imagine. But one of the main things why I've used the drum rack as well for the hi-hats is mainly for this choke function. And what it is with the choke function is once you all set them all to the same group, or any sounds that you set to the same group are going to cut off when the next one hits. It's something that reminds me of the MPCs, and that in there it gives it that sort of tightness, so that would have been why that was the choice in this case. Here, look, I've chopped up a drum loop here. Let's have a listen to it on its own. And you can see what I've actually done there. If you're not familiar with the process, let's say if I've got a piece of audio, is that a piece of audio? If you right click on the audio, go to slice to new MIDI track, and it does that. Sometimes when you put drum loops into a track, drum loops can already have a groove on them. In most cases, they probably have. And if your track have already worked into a certain groove, then, just be aware of possible conflicting grooves. And it's just like, some just don't feel right, But if you go through that process of splitting it to a MIDI track and then putting it in here, and then what we can do then is quantize everything and then apply a groove, which I haven't either. But it just didn't need it. I imagine as it didn't need it. So let's listen to what that does. Let's listen to the context in track. See, it's just that mad shit in the background. Without it. In. Yeah. That's in there. Next. What's down here? Just a bit of white noise. What was that? Let's see. So obviously it's a sample, but what it is with this sample, look, lift offs making me think it's some form of like space sample or something. But it's just got this. I just must have liked the white noise there. I must have. Well, I obviously did. And that's just got like a little rhythm to it. If we turn it up, I don't know if you can pick that up. Which is just sitting as like almost a texture, I guess. Yeah, just a bit of a rhythm. Then we've got a vinyl crackle with the LFO tool on it. That's just giving it a little bit of a rhythm. If you can even hear that. But that's what the whole purpose of it really is, just to sit in the background and have that sort of like underlying textures, which how I like to refer to it is like you don't really notice when it's there, but you notice when it's not there. And then we've got snare. Oh, yeah, just acting as a layer. some reverses. Again, on its own doesn't really make much sense, but in context, which is all that matters. What we got here? It sounds like birds. It's just an effect, and obviously I must have just like that sound, which just sounds like it's layering the kick. Yeah. Giving the kick a little bit of an extra tone. What we've got going on here, just cut off that, and obviously dipped what I've believed to be a resonant frequency. What's this? Oof. I'm sure with these, yeah, I remember these because they weren't, when I had the snare going on the, it weren't giving me the sort of energy I wanted. So as you can see there with the MIDI, I've really pushed them forward in comparison to where they would normally sit. Oops, daisy. Let me put them on a 16th. Yeah, see. It's like that pow pow pow. So I just have to adjust that forward a little bit. In this one here, another way that I've done that, did I apply the groove to this one? This one I did. So obviously I've added a drum loop. A little bit percussive sort of thing going on, isn't it? But in this case, what I've done is it looks like I've taken out the kick. There must have been a kick on the downbeat or something. Okay, yeah. I didn't want that. So that's all muted. And then, again, the reason for what I explained earlier about I've managed to just... When it's been split to a MIDI track... Obviously, it's working off the transient preset. So then by putting the transient on a MIDI note means that then when I quantize it, it's then going to snap to the grid that we're currently using. And then I can apply the groove, which is over here. And then obviously, hopefully, it can be more sort of like in tune with the track. Now here, see, the next thing down here is a bass line down here. But I'm going to go down to this bass line first because this is the main bass line. Very interesting melody. So I'll show you how I made that, because down here I've got the original. Yes, here's the MIDI channel. Is it going to play? Or is that not playing? It's not on. The trillion. Boom. Let's have a look what we was using there. I always wanted to use this one preset. It's got this mad... Let's see if it works. Yeah. But how I've actually made the MIDI is using this acid plugin. But it's actually spelled AICD. Yes, this is a fucking... Like, I love it. You know, if ever you're kind of just pissing around for actually like, oh man, I can't get any sort of melody, and you're struggling for inspiration for melodies, this bad boy, it's obviously based on like an almost like a 303 sequencer, or I guess a sequencer in general, really. But if we turn these off just by 0 to deactivate them, so obviously that's what it's then done. The pitch, what's the pitch doing? Oh, obviously just pitching it up an octave. So that's what that come up with. But look, if you generate it, do you know what I mean? That's fucking nutty. Let me put that on with a kick. Fuck a bet. Fucking hell. Anyway, just keep pressing it. Anyway, if I go back, and that's something I really love about that, is the fact that you can actually just undo and it will go back to the last one. Not many other sequencers, especially the one's got a random generator on it, do that. I'm not saying they don't, but then again, I didn't really put any names, did I? But what's really good with this as well, because if you notice, it's not the exact melody. See, so what I've then done is say clip, and then if we go around to the session view, it then creates the MIDI clip for what that just played. But what I've previously done, obviously, is come up here and then just taken it as an idea, because I don't really remember too often when I've actually generated something through that and it being like, pow, that's the one. It is tend to just give you a really good idea and something to work off. And then what I've done here as well then is obviously just extended some of the notes and kind of had a play in that with them, just to make it work a little bit more in my favour. Recorded that over to here, and then that's where we've then got the arrangement. So yeah, so that's how we'll come across the MIDI for that. But definitely check out that Aced, however they want to pronounce it. You know, yeah, it's cool, that is. I think you can buy it off the Ableton website. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure if you search for that, you'll be able to find it. Now here as well, if we go to the automation, because what did I do up here? If we just listen to what happens. So there's a little mixture of the spectral resonator. Man, I've been loving this recently. Like, it's just fucking mad. Do you know what I mean? What the fuck is going on? And what is that there? So the dry wet on the resonator is the frequency. You can see that move a little bit. So it goes zoop, run down. The dry wet, it's obviously moving as well. And then the redux, that's what gives it that big crushy sort of. Yeah, just me crazy moments. And that actually works round this. It might make sense in context, but then again, it might very well not. What happens here? Yeah, do you know what? I was just like, fuck the guidelines, fuck the rules, man. I was just going to stop the bass there, just chuck a fucking melody in, and then twist the bass around it. Now that... Let's have a look what I did, because obviously I've pissed around with it there. Chopping it up. I'll show you what I used to make that. It is, I would like to say, the Bushla. And sound all like all international and shit. But apparently I had a look and it's just called the Buckler. It's this bad boy. Fucking look at it. What an amazing interface that is. It's like, oh what a twist and what a fuck of shit. And then if we go down to here, let's solo. You can see here what's been automated. And I've just fucked with it. I just twisted it and recorded it while I was doing it. Just left it recording. And I was like, oh, I kind of like that. It's just mad. It's just weird. It's just, you know, it's unique, ain't it? It's like that. You know, I doubt anyone else is going to be using that exact thing in their track. And then, as you can see, all I've then gone in, because if we drag it out, it's just going to be the original thing, I imagine. Yeah. But then, I've just chopped it up a bit for the context. Yes, which then leads us on to the first little mini breakdown. The phase plant. Let's just move all these up here. Boom. The phase plant. This is pretty cool. This is by Kilohertz. as we can see here. Oh, let's close the buckler. Nice. There's the normal bit of the track. Phase plant, house piano. Nice sound. I'd only just downloaded this and I was kind of going through it and I thought, oh, I like that sound. And then I've layered it with another phase plant, rave stab. And then, is that the Roland Xenology? A saw. Just gives it a little bit of weight. I mean, listen. So there's the normal beat. After that absolutely crazy ass piece, little section. Even there, like, you know, see how it just kind of drops down to like there, the claps go in, and then it just drops down to nothing, and it's just like, fuck it. Who cares? I just don't care anymore. Seriously, just fucking have it. Like, it is what it is. And then we drop back in. But let's just drop this little section in there. As you can see, I've been using a lot of the odd frequency samples here, even the kick, odd frequency. I've got to give them a shout out because, like, I do really like their samples. Really nice, good quality samples.
Push.
See, because without the push.
Push.
And it goes back into it. Then we get a little bit further up here because we've got some Annas going on. Now the Anna, I'll show you what that is. The Anna synth. I think you get this. Yes, you do with Slate Digital, the Slate Digital subscription. Worth looking into. I do like the Slate Digital. Actually, with the Slate Digital subscription, you get the Slate Digital stuff, all the SSL stuff, and all the kilohertz stuff, apart from the phase plans. I had to buy that separately. But don't quote me on that. There might even be one that does include it. No, I'm not really. Oh, it's all right. Got to check the power levels. Don't want it to die. So as we go a little bit further down the track, again we get another little crazy bit going on here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring in this bit of context, which is this just random sample. And then
On the subject of narcotics in general.
always a good sample in a crazy ass track, innit? Talking about drugs. So here, let's have a look at that one. Just a boom with some delay on it. Here. Now in there, let's just have a look if anything's on this bit. Nope. But if we go in, that definitely sounds, you can see. Boom, 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 boom. But if we open up the envelope, yes, some pitch bend. And in context.
On the subject of narcotics in general.
Oh, let's bring these in here as well. Oh, sorry, rare soul vocals. So,
Are you still hating it?
now that one. Ooh. Okay, let's go to the MIDI first. Okay, let's go to the notes. As you can see, I've just dotted in. I've drew this in. Didn't play that. Just pissed around.
Are you still hating it?
And obviously had a little play with the velocity and just messed with it till I was just happy with the weirdness that was coming out of the speakers, to be fair. And then down here, oh, where should we go? Where should we go? Let's go up here. Here, do-do. Done the pitch bend down here. I was looking at myself thinking, why have I duplicated up the channel? But with the pitch bend, let's have a look. Yes. Yeah, I probably wanted to keep it separate because sometimes with pitch bend, I have encountered before when the sound doesn't return back to its normal pitch immediately, or I've just encountered issues before, so yeah, that's what. Yeah, nothing really different with the drums up there. Obviously I've just brought them back in. I will show you this here though.
Are you still hating it?
That there, as you can see, is fully sent to the Stellar Echo, which is Slate's version of the Roland Echo Chamber. Loads of versions of these. And they're all really good. One thing I do notice, though, is the difference between the automation effect to, like, say, some... If you go from like the fastest repeat rate to the slowest, it could be like a... So I didn't mean to hit the mic then. Or, yeah, and you get this like real sharp, like, or even like it's very erratic. But then some of them are just really smooth. So it's definitely worth looking into a couple versions of this, like the Slate do one, UAD do one, Arturia do one, and just depending on what I want is depending on which one I'll use, to be fair. And there's probably even more of them than that as well, to be fair. Like I said, it's probably countless amounts, really. What we got here? What kind of a joint is this, Eddie? You know what she's talking about, don't you?
Kind of a joint is this, Eddie?
Kind of a joint, especially when they're talking about drugs in this. You know?
On the subject of
Narcotics in general. I just kind of felt that it suited the track. The track's crazy, you know, so it makes sense to use some samples referring to crazy ass shit. Serum, what are you doing there? Let's have a look. Looks like I've bounced it down. Now, that serum, there is a serum down here, but that ain't that. This was like a standard sort of rise, but I didn't like it in the final, so I've obviously just muted it off. That one I did in the very first sort of jam with this track, and I must have bounced it down immediately. I was just happy with it, bam, have it, and then... What we got down here now? It's coming up here.
Push.
Fucking mad. What's that?
Push.
Just some mad sounds. What have I done with it? I don't even know what those are. Oh, I think, oops a daisy. I think those... Yeah, it just sounds like some just mad shit I was probably recording in, I guess, I don't know. And then I just took out that little bit there, and then yeah, just little textures, aren't they? I guess is a good way, a professional way of referring to them. Makes it sound like I know what I'm talking about. What's this?
Push, 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 push.
Ooh, push, 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 push. What's on that? Another tape echo. This one.
Push, 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 push.
I like these. They're just a little bit random. What have we done? Just automated the time.
Push, 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 push.
Yeah.
Push, 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 push.
Yeah. And then what we got down here? London Victoria train station. This is actually, I think this is about 20 minutes long. I don't know actually. Let's have a look. See if we drag it out or if I bounced it. Turn off the automation. Yeah, fuck it. It's going to go on for a while anyway. It's just life. That's all it is. It's just life, isn't it? It's just life recordings. It's just nice in the background. It's really weird, man, because I remember I was walking down the road once and I had my earphones in. And like I had some stuff like that, and in the background, and with the headphones are like noise cancelling. And then obviously, because that's like people talking in that is and shouting and that. And I remember when I was like, fucking hell, who's calling me, man? Who's he? So we got the fight, and then I realised, oh yeah, shit, it's in the track. But it's obviously so far in the background, couldn't even fucking figure it out at first. Just random texture again. Downlifter, that doesn't even look like it's active. Is the crash? I don't even think the crash is active, is it? Yeah, it is. Downlifter, is that even in on the start? I don't think, because they're actually off. And I'm pretty sure everything down here.
Push.
Yeah, because it was on. Nah, external instrument, nah, nothing on there. What are those?
And a marijuana addict.
What happens there? Have I missed something there? 'Cause it sounds like something specific.
And a marijuana addict.
Boom. Yeah, what was that there? Yeah, that. But what? And that's just going to the delay. Standard Ableton delay. Yeah. Oh, look, I tell you what, it does give it that width though. It's just slightly changing this here. Don't know how to refer to it. Oh, should we have a look? How do we refer to it? The delay offset. That's how we refer to it. It's such a helpful bit of kit, that little bit down there, isn't it? Right, so there, yeah, 0, 1.6. Just give it that little bit of width, which then gives it that real wide sort of feeling. And what's below it?
And a marijuana addict.
I can't get it out. I'm a marijuana addict. Not anymore.
And a marijuana addict.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it, really. I don't think there's anything else worth showing in that. Like I said, I'll stay away from the mix on this one. And to be honest, I'll be honest here, I ain't really going to like trying to stand behind this mix anyway, because when I listen back to it, it's like, oh, there were so many things that I'd probably have done slightly different once I listen back to the tune. But it's just like, again, fuck it, move on. That's it, it's done. That tune is everything that it was, all it was meant to be. Boom, put it out, move on, crack on, you know. So yeah, like I said, if there's any little techniques in there, you know, that you might find helpful or inspirational. Yeah, but even just trying some of the random shit, you know, especially like, what was it? It was the drum loop and that, and chopping up drum loops and stuff, and you know, using that one feature. If you right click, oops, okay, that wasn't very good, was it? Oh, is that? I think that's an actual MIDI itself. Oh. Yeah, if you right click on a loop, slice to new MIDI track, use the transient setting. I mean, well, just try different ones and see which one you get the best result from. Oh shit, no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, yeah, undo that. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to leave it there. And going with mistake, dinner. Right, boom.